enjoying the show, baby?
Yes, I do. I guess you like this honey, huh?
That's some good honey, baby. That's not the honey I want. I want this honey. Oh, yeah, baby. See, bet you can't compete with this, huh? That smells so sweet, baby. Oh, can you feel that? Oh, that's so good, girl. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to Musician Loves Honey. This is your boy Kevon Tyrre. Welcome once again to have a very lovely week here in Las Vegas. It's a little warm, it's a little sweaty, a little moist, but you know it's all good. And to my left, I have one of my lovely esteemed friends with me, the lovely Miss Teresa. How are you, honey?
I'm fine. How are you, Kevon?
I am fine. This lovely lady's been cool with me for a couple of years now, and she's wanted to be on the show, and we finally was able to snag her and get her up here, so we're very pleased to have you on the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Of course, our fearless leader, the boss lady, she wanted to be off the show because once she likes to tell people what to do, and she didn't want me to blast her with the subject we have in mind this week. But that's how she is. But anyway, for those who don't know about this lovely lady, she is an aspiring singer as well. Yes, she is. What would you say? You did some poetry also.
I do light poetry. It's not anything deep or anything. I'm light with that every once in a while.
Just whenever the motivation comes up, and just like
when the sun shines in the right
and
direction,
the spirit comes on.
Right.
You're just like, yes, I feel motivated. Yes, pen. Let me sing with my pen.
Yes, something like that. Yes.
Right. And I've been lucky enough to hang out with her on certain occasions where she makes a fabulous dinner. So you should definitely consider doing something with that because that's some you make great meals.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
Even though you did rate me an 8 the last time you ate my food.
Well, listen,
and
I give
10.
I give
but it was
no
so
one.
Delicious. But
I give nothing 9s or 10s because they do not exist. All right. If you see a 9 or a 10, male or female, that's because you died and went to heaven.
But since the 8 came from you, I took it as a 10.
That's exactly what you should take because the highest you get from me is an 8 in any situation. Because if I get you a 9 or a 10, that means rather I've died or I'm really old and I'm really rich and I see a young person.
Are you just starving to death, huh?
One of the three. One of the three.
That is
right. I mean, I already look like I'm hungry, so why would it matter?
You meaty, you chunky,
Yeah, not in the arms, not in the arms, Jack. But anyway, all right. So for those of you who are just checking this out, brand new, this is Musician Loves Honey, y'all. I am the musician. This is our guest of the night. So welcome you guys. If you're checking this out, go ahead and hit us a like and a comment and a subscribe right here on Facebook. Of course, you can do that if you're checking us out on Twitter. Of course, hit us a like on Instagram, which will be under social media live shows, and on YouTube as well. Of course, we're on LinkedIn. And if you've been lucky enough to check us out at our website, socialmediashows.com, we welcome you. We welcome you. And once again, we welcome you. So we usually like to do a little recap of the week. So we had a great time this past Saturday. We were hanging out at the Suncoast. Right. I had a lovely. She's nice enough to come to the shows from time to time.
A little bit of absolute every now and again.
A little bit of absolute,
good
right?
For your health,
And you know what? We're talking about the band, not the vodka, but you can do both. Okay. And she was up there dancing. She was doing her little groove thing. She was doing a little thing, but she's so evasive because she was dancing, doing her thing. And then I will look for you because in between sets I like to, engage people and shake hands, whatever. I could not see you, girl. You disappeared.
Potty breaks, man. All that dancing, I had to take. I'm old. I have to take potty breaks.
Stop that mess. Stop that mess.
I'm 50 years old. I got to take a potty break.
You know what? The way you was talking about how to use that phone, you definitely was sounding like that for a minute. But I ain't gonna get on you though, because you my peoples.
Right.
You my peoples. All right. Right. I'm gonna be nice with you because we're just leaning in a little bit.
Yeah.
Just leaning in. Right. So I got you though. So but we hung out, we had some fun. It's always enjoyed. We've had some drinks at the bar. We had a little, hanging out. She got her usual self, which I will get into detail about because I'm sure you will see it.
I don't even remember. I had 3 Cabernets, man. You can't blame it on me.
I ain't blaming nothing on you because that's who you are. But all I'm saying is, as the show goes on, if you do more shows and when we talk about certain things,
Right.
I know that part of you will come out. So I won't even. So they will see it in time. I don't even need to explain it.
You
I'm
trying
just
to
gonna,
tell me to show up drunk?
No, I'm saying just be you, girl. And they'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right. It's as simple as that.
All right.
Right. You know what I mean? But no. But it's all good, honey. You better be you, baby. That's what I say.
I do it all day.
All
long.
right. So we have a lovely guest coming on later. Her lovely name is Nickole Muse, who is a beautiful dancer, entertainer, performer. She's done a various stuff. I know her from the band Franks and Deans, and she's going to have a lot to say. We're going to get to know this lovely woman and what she's about and why people drool all over her, which is pretty easy. So, I did tell her, please excuse any
She's
napkins.
shaking it off right now. She's
Right,
shaking off drool right now.
I'm just saying, man. It's hashtag hot girl problems. That's what it is.
Right.
Hashtag hot girl problems. And in Vegas, that's easy because it's hot all the time.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? So right. So it's hot girl to second power problems. See, hot girl problems.
Hot girl problems.
See, you waving like this. See, it's like I say, it's girl. I be
hit every
getting
5 minutes.
Right, I be getting moist, girl. Hot girl problems. Hashtag hot girl problems. See, that's how it is right there. Right. I got you. Now, before we go on, we have to talk about this lovely necklace that you have right here.
This here is a necklace by, I believe the brand name is Paparazzi.
Yes.
And these are the lovely earrings. And these are more lovely earrings.
Right. Now, they go with that as well, right?
Yes, they go as a set for, I believe, $5.
Yes. So you can get either one of those for $5. Now, people are just like, what? Yes. So that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's how it gets down. So you can actually get 2 different sets of these all together, right? So this $5 or this $5. So that's what's up. So if you want to check that out, of course, you can go ahead and hit us up on right here on social media shows. We have a thing with Paparazzi Accessories. Of course, you can go to Paparazzi Accessories over at Jessica D, right?
Paparazzi Live.
Thank you very much.
Hashtag
Let's talk jewelry. Right.
You selling women's jewelry, Kevon.
You know what?
Women's jewelry.
I'm a hustler, baby. Just want you to
know.
know.
Do it. That's how you got to do it.
And
you dip and dab into some of everything.
I'm about to go.
The struggle is real.
I just want to love you. Who I am. All right, never mind. All right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you gotta put your eggs in a bunch of different baskets, right?
That's right.
That's what's up.
So that's right.
And you know what? I have to put this out there real quick because I just got started and they already blasted before they were supposed to. But I got a thing with the Purple Rain show, the Prince tribute show at the Tropicana.
Yes.
And this lady was lovely enough to come through and see me at my premiere night.
Yes.
Right? Me and my other lovely friend. And I was greatly appreciative. They come up there, but she never likes to get her picture taken.
I hate pictures.
I don't know why.
I'm
You're
not
a beautiful
photographic. I'm not. What do you call that?
Photogenic.
Yeah, that. I don't even know the word.
Oh Lord, here you go. You know what? I'll get you and Maria both a phonics book. We'll figure it out together. All right.
You think you're funny?
But hey, man, I'm supposed to be a quick wit. I'm an entertainer, right? You know what I'm saying? But listen,
all right,
I think you're a lovely woman. I tell you this often. She's always like, I just look like it's.
I hate pictures. I mean, I can look at myself in the mirror, but looking at myself in a picture, it's just like a whole nother person. Like I'm looking at myself on camera at the TV, at the screen right now, and I just don't see me that I saw in the mirror. But see, you tell me that that's me when you take pictures of me.
Yes.
And I just don't have the eye for it.
Well, I will say this to your point. There's some people that you see in person. That don't look the same when they take a picture.
Right.
There's a disconnect there, right? For example, there was a woman that I met when I was doing a gig at the House of Blues a couple of weeks back, right? Lovely woman, voluptuous
on the
woman.
19th it was.
Yes, exactly that. And she was a lovely woman, great conversation, easy on the eyes. Nothing crazy, just a regular conversation, get to know you type stuff. While we were waiting for the gig before us to finish up. Excuse me. So. We follow each other on Instagram, right? Because I'm an Instagram guy. And, she's doing her thing. And there was a disconnect between who I saw in person and who I saw online.
Was it like...
It's just her...
persona?
No, just the way you see it, the way you see yourself here
Right.
is not, you see a different face.
Right.
It's similar to you,
Uh-huh.
but it doesn't look exactly the same.
What you see with your eyes.
Right.
On the picture, I don't see what I see with my eyes on the picture.
Exactly. So when I looked at this woman live in person, obviously she's a pretty woman. She was chill, you know, very, very chill, very relaxed. But when I saw her online, there was a disconnect there. It was like, oh, she looks different.
Right.
You know, so that does happen. So I do agree with you. However, you shouldn't be like, oh no, I don't want my picture taken and blah blah blah. Girl, she was just like, I look like some butch person. I was like, no, girl, you ain't butch.
I look like a monster.
No, you don't. You know what?
At
You just
times.
listen. You just Mrs. T because you pity the fool.
Yeah, I pity the fool.
You pity the fool.
I
But
pity the fool. Who
right?
gets
Saying, listen,
this,
you don't
okay?
want all of this. I pity the fool. How about that? All right.
You are so funny.
I'm just saying. Come on, Murdoch. Let's
But
get
see,
it.
on your pictures, you look like what you look like all the way around. You look like what you look like.
I
in
look like a
person.
short, bald, skinny black
no,
guy.
you're not skinny. Why do you keep saying you're skinny? You're not
Because
skinny.
let me see, if you're 43 and I am 150 something pounds, usually they're either very yoked up or very hungry. It's very one of the two.
You're not hungry looking. I'm trying
It's
to tell
one
you,
of the
you
two.
meaty. I tell you all the time, you meaty.
I'm just listening.
meaty.
Most people at my age, at 150 something pounds, that rather starving and came out of the camp where they had the terrorists, right? Or they were just like well, either way, I can't even say it right now.
I don't know why.
Right. But
so
usually
skinny.
people
You're
at
not
my age
skinny.
are very, very big and a lot of kind of overweight. So, you know, it is what it is. But how much time we got there, boss lady?
We're going on break.
All right, that's what we need to know. So we are going to take a quick break. Then we're going to get into the subject at hand, and we're going to get into our guest of the day. This is, of course, the beautiful Miss Teresa. This is your boy, Kevon Tyrre. This is Musician Loves Honey on social media shows. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Thank you.
Listen, check it. Try to feel a bridge, instead I burned it down. Oh, I tried to lift him up, but found me beaten down to the ground. I was too weak to face my pain, caught up in the flood that was my rain. We both moved on, but my heart remains there. Oh, what I put you through.
Showstoppers, trendsetters, fashionistas, fresh to death dressers, and everybody else is interested in styles, designs, and wardrobes. Add this name to your list. And What Fashion. They'll have you looking runway ready with their customized apparel and accessories. And if you ain't heard, they currently on trial for murder because they killing the game with his and her fashions. Go check them out at the Rancho Discount Mall on 2901 West Washington Ave, space 128. For additional info, dial 702-624-5584. Also follow them on Instagram at And What Fashion Boutique. And What Fashion. Triumph over adversity.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now. Welcome once again to Musician Loves Honey. This is your boy Kevon Tyrre, the musician. Of course, I have my lovely co-host of the day, the beautiful Miss Teresa. And we have our special guest, which is the beautiful Nickole Muse.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How's it going?
Ooh, she said it so hush, like,
So sexy.
hello, how are you?
So burlesque.
Yes.
Husky butter.
Now see, someone's going to want to put their hot knife in that. Hello.
What's her name? I'm gonna tag her.
All right, so Now that is Nickole with a K.
Yes, Nickole.
Yes, 'cause that-
Muse, all one word.
Which-
Nickole Muse.
Actually, that threw me off because I was doing the flyer and I was trying to tag you, and I was like, "What am I doing wrong?"
Yeah,
so I went back to your
parents decided if they were
Instagram.
going to.
Last name?
It's
Muse, as in
M-U.
Muse, Muse.
M-U-S-E.
Yes, because but I have that Kevon is my name, so obviously I
Yeah,
understand what you
my
mean.
parents decided apparently if they were going to name me something normal, they're going to spell it something very different. I've never met another Nickole that spells it like that,
Wow.
and I've met several, but yeah, other Nickole. But
Yeah,
never,
I got you.
never that. I like being the only one.
Oh well, I'm not the only one. Thank God. All right, but hey. Well, good for you. See, you're unique enough as it is, right? So just put an extra on it. There you go. Boom. So, with this lovely lady, she is known infamously, of course, as infamously.
Go on.
Yes, go on. What else can you say about me? Right.
Tell
right.
me more about me.
Oh, right. See, she's an entertainer, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. She is one of the part of the Franks and Deans, which is
Yes.
a lovely, lovely act that they have here in town. That tours all over the country, actually.
Yeah, we've toured up into Canada at this point as well. We've covered a lot of miles in our tour van. We're very happy to do it, and we're not stopping anytime soon. So we will be coming to a city near you, I assure you.
All right. Now, for those who do not know who you are or who Franks and Deans are, please describe what Franks and Deans is about and how you got involved with them.
So Franks and Deans is a fantastic cover band. They are sort of in the vein of a Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, but they are much more, I feel, energetic and frankly entertaining because they have they do cover music. It is all Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin era-ish music, like Rat Pack era tunes, but they do it to a modern punk rock and roll style.
Okay.
Now the newest album that is going to be released is an entirely instrumental album, and it is all surf sounding punk songs. So like they've taken stuff from like the Dead Kennedys and old school Green Day, and it's played entirely in a surf style.
Okay.
It's a ton of fun. It's wonderful to have people listening to it because they know the words. They're hearing it. They're like,
okay, when you say surf, what exactly is surf?
So, like very mild sounding guitar, that kind of, I'm trying to think, like sort of like early Beach Boys, that, kind of
Good
beach,
vibrations.
that sort of beach sounding guitar. Actually, I mean,
connecting that way.
That's maybe not an I'm sure the guys would hear that and be like,
that's not it.
But yeah, think, like surf music from like the 50s and 60s, it's that like, kind of wobbly sounding guitar and all that. And
like,
so they've mixed that into
Frankie Avalon or something like that. That was the 50s.
Yeah.
The surf.
Yeah, exactly. So, one of the musicians that helped them with this album that we're releasing currently is Deke Dickerson. He's one of the most renowned, or at least a renowned surf guitar player as well. So, yeah, we've had a lot of good people work with us up till now, and that album in particular, where I'm very, very proud of them. They put out something that I think they didn't expect for it to be as well received as it's been already. And it's great. So we're kind of a big joke, but we're all in on the joke. Like, we love it. Like, it's we don't take ourselves very seriously. The guys all wear tuxedo t-shirts. I am sort of the Lucille Ball of burlesque. I am very goofy and but at the same time there's sensual fun dancing. But we can do things of we played shows for all ages at the same time. Like, we've not just done burlesque shows.
Art.
Absolutely. The last 2 gigs we had in a row, I had little 4-year-old boys just absolutely fascinated with me. One of them
early puberty.
By the end of the night, he just was like, "You can come to my house."
Right. Come live with me.
So let me see. So it's 24, 44, or 4. They're all flirting with you.
You can come to my house. I tell his mother this, and I was like, I told him I had to turn.
He's never gonna get over you.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I think I gave these little kids like a real life Jessica Rabbit experience. Like, they actually, and I didn't take anything off. It wasn't that like I danced, with them, but it's very. I don't normally, want to say hello to kids, but having the ability to speak to them through something that speaks to me, which is dance.
Right.
It's a wonderful exchange. And so yeah, the result of it was very, very adorable, and even I was like,
that's the impression you left on
cute.
his mind.
don't touch it.
Right.
No,
It's
okay.
it's very cool. Right. Right. I've had I get that.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. So we're we're a fun party band kind of thing. We will take your event no matter what it is. We've done everything from retirement parties, weddings. We have done many weddings, to a full on. If we're allowed to, or if we have the place and space, like in New Orleans, we have done a full on punk rock cabaret show where we have some sideshow. There was guest performers as well as myself. Like we had a whole theater in a space, and we used the whole environment that we were in. So yeah, we could do it all, man. Put us in the corner of a bar and put us on a big old stage.
Nothing to it but to do it. Okay.
So what got you involved with Franks and Days?
Being part of the sort of performance family and community that was part of what was punk rock bingo back in the day. I don't know if you knew about that. That was the first Wednesday of every single month for maybe 7 years. Genocide, my very, very good friend, she hosted Not Your Grandma's Bingo. I have seen things on that stage. I have seen a girl put a not a very nice looking bowling pin thing up her. I have seen girls finger banged on that stage. I have seen
that's too much for me. I can handle stuff.
That sounds like something I could do on a Friday night.
It wasn't just like really. I've seen a lot. Like it was. Anything could happen, basically. Anything could happen. Wow. I saw a guy get a cattle prod to his nipple one time. That was great.
Did what now?
A cattle prod to his nipple. I mean, he volunteered. Like, she told him this was going to happen. So this show had gone on for many years.
That just means he's a masochist.
Dude, there was a bunch of us idiots that loved being part of this. And that was actually one of the first times I ever did burlesque ever, was part of that. And then I met the members of the band that are now Franks and Deans, specifically Haas. I met him through doing that, and we became friends. And then when he got into this project, I started showing up just to check out the band. The first couple times, I was like, it's fine. And then I was like, this is not your show, stop. But at the same, if I saw people wanting to dance or something, I'm like, oh, come on. Right. And very quickly, the guys, with it, I want to say within 6 months of them being a band, they got in touch with me and they were like, do you want to be in the band? Right. And it's nice because it's not that I am, the dancer that does, no, I'm part of the whole group. It's wonderful. Right. They absolutely, I mean, if anybody, for some reason, has anything to say online, they will shut it down right away.
Your opinion is respected.
Oh yeah. No, I'm one of the boys. I mean, shoot, I'm more of a dude than most of those guys are on the road anyway. I swear, I walk away with way more ladies' phone numbers than any of them do.
That's not a shock.
Oh, they mad at you all the time.
That's not exactly.
No. They're most of them are like other than one member of the band, everybody is married. Okay.
Yeah.
But like ego wise, they don't hate when to have some ladies flirt with them. They
of course they do.
They all do. We all do. Of course I just like it because I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take that.
They'll be like, dang it. They're like, you can't do nothing with it anyway. So
what
give
you
me
gonna
that.
do with it?
I know. I'm like, I'll take that.
Right.
Sit there and look at it and wish.
Right. All you're gonna do is get yourself a good divorce lawyer when you finish.
They're like I said, they're all very good boys, and that's the thing. Is I'm basically the dirty old man of the group. It's great.
Well, nice to know they can live vicariously through you.
Oh, they do. They do.
And then, of course, and enjoy the look of it as it goes, right?
Exactly.
There you go.
I take my job very seriously.
Use your imagination, boys.
Hello.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like hashtag hot girl problems. That's what it sounds like to me. Right. Hashtag hot girl problems. And I ain't talking about the Vegas summer. Hello. All right, so it's all good. So, we'll see. Now the boss lady's here. She's helping us out a little bit.
I'm over here being sarcastic.
She's helping us out. It does get a little warm, and plus my lovely friend here, she does get warm easily. So yeah, she does.
I'm hot blooded.
She's hot blooded.
Check it and see.
Mm-hmm. See that type of stuff right there. Look at you. Go ahead, girl. You better go ahead. Tell him. Go ahead, girl. Tell him who's gonna stir this gravy, baby. Who's gonna stir this gravy, baby? Come on, baby. It's smooth, it's lumpy. Either way, it's gonna taste it going down. Put it in your mouth, baby.
Same way with the lump.
Put it in your mouth, baby. Go ahead. Yeah, see, come on. Who gonna put some of this mashed potatoes up with my gravy, baby? I'm just saying, girl.
Now I'm gonna have to go to Popeyes after this and get some mashed potatoes and gravy.
You know why I like capriati's? Because I like the Bobby. That's right. The Bobby.
I've never
It's
been there.
basically the Bobby is Thanksgiving dinner on a bun.
Really?
So you get it no mayonnaise, extra cranberry sauce, and have them do it hot. Have them heat it up.
Get
That asked
out.
specifically
That is
for
so
that.
Now,
fattening.
I've loved it hot or cold. Now, however, put that with a little bit of some of that chunky gravy, baby.
See, I got 70 more pounds of
You
blue.
go
She's
ahead
not
and go
tempting
ahead and
me.
dip that thing in some gravy. I'm gonna be like Warner Brothers. This time we did not forget the gravy. Hey, you know. But, all right, so enough shenanigans.
On that
We're-
note,
yes, on
we're
that
gonna go
lovely
eat.
note. Whoa. Hello. You know what? I'm gonna save that comment when we come back. This is my man. This is myself, Kevon, Tyrre. Of course, this is lovely Teresa and our lovely guest here, Miss Nickole. We're gonna do one more segment with this lovely lady if she has time, and of course, we're gonna get into our subject at hand, which is when is personal choice a negative thing. We're gonna do all that and more. This is a social media show. This is Musician Loves Honey. We'll be right back.
Did it cut?
Social Media Shows is teaming up with RevolutionRadio2.com to present Social Media Shows Sunday, featuring the very best of social media shows starting at 6 a.m. We begin our block with Saved by Grace, The Good News, In the Office, Musician Loves Honey, and ending with Dark Music Television. This is on every Sunday starting at 6 a.m. on RevolutionRadio2.com. And if you want to keep up with all the shows, please keep tuning in to socialmediashows.com. Social Media Shows is teaming up with Revolution. We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now. Thank you, man.
You join the show, baby?
Yes, I do. I guess you like this honey, huh?
That's some good honey, baby. That's not the honey I want. I want this honey. Oh, yeah, baby. See, bet you can't compete with this, huh? That smells so sweet, baby. Oh, can you feel that? Oh, that's so good, girl. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's the stuff. Oh, this is...
What's going on, y'all? This is Musician Loves Honey. It's your boy Kevon Tyrre. Of course, my lovely guest host, Miss Teresa.
Good evening, everyone.
And of course, we have our lovely guest, of course, the lovely Miss Nickole. See, she up here macking on camera, girl.
And her beautiful tattoos.
We talk about the tattoos. We were talking about that tasty gravy, baby. See, I know I was drooling over a reason for something. See, I'm gonna glaze some of that up in there on the mashed potatoes and merge it together. All right. Anyway, all right. Well, male fantasies aside, we were talking about two things on the break, and the first thing was about the lovely tattoos that you have on your back.
I do. I've got a couple here.
Very lovely.
Yes. Go ahead, turn around, give people more of a reason to drool.
These were done by a friend of mine who lives in upstate New York. I have not been able to see him for many years. But
all right, now don't be nasty, Teresa.
Oh, I can't help myself. I'm about to lick her in a few minutes. You know, girl, it's so pretty.
You're gonna have, you know what? You're gonna have some of that gravy start
drooling. We're gonna start charging for
it's turning into a pay-per-view show, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness.
Credit cards out, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. I already see the boss lady. She's gonna be like, "Where's my percentage?" Right? She's like, I told you that was a good rate. See, she told her. Whatever.
So yeah, I have about 40 hours of tattooing just on my back.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So
I didn't have much to do with him other than I sat very still and while he. Oh no!
Put her clothes back on, Teresa. Put her clothes back on.
Now, see, you know what? See. You're not helping my cause at all. You're not helping my cause at all. Right. I'm trying to be a professional, and it's going to be a professional. Oh, what's that? That looks tasty. Right. That's not going to help.
I did not.
Right. But yeah. Okay. Moving right along. Right. Now, also on the break, we were talking about one of the things that you ended up having one of your costumes into the Hall of Fame.
So yeah, not so much Hall of Fame. It was. Cornell University in Ithaca, New York, has a wonderful program that people are getting their degrees in apparel design and things like that. So one of the things that they're able to do is have different showcases and things where they'll just exhibits where they've assembled a whole thing and it's a theme. One of the last ones they did was called Women Empowered and Fashion on the Front Line. I would not have submitted to this unless it was for a friend of mine, and she had made this amazing costume for me. And basically, I am a living rainbow, complete with a giant headpiece. Everything is very incredible. And it was the first costume I'd ever purchased for myself. I spent about $1,000 on it, worth every single penny. But at the time, though, and it was also built and created inspired by me and my back tattoo that you were just admiring. The designer saw all this color on me and she wanted to basically kind of give me another way to wear that. It was just part of the inspiration that she had. So she built this. I had bought it. I've had it for many years. And so when they were building this exhibit or getting the concepts for it, she suggested that I submit to be part of this, and I got selected. Some of the other pieces that were included in this were there was a piece from Coretta Scott King. There was pieces from Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So there was 2 of her judicial collars. They had Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's campaign shoes. Those were very powerful. I got to help them take the exhibit down because I went the very last days of it. I got to hold those, and that was a really she beat the shit out of those. She wore that. That was I don't care what anybody has to say about her. No one that I know, especially in a well-paying job, you don't have shoes that look like that to get your job. Your shoes don't look like that. You didn't beat yours, there was holes in them.
You have to do the work,
she was out there, man. She worked very, very hard. There were pieces from the suffragettes. There were so many beautiful things. And to see that this is what was considered, these are my peers in a sense. I apparently, have... And this is, not through just my opinion, but people are you have left enough of an impact. You are these again, I was included with that as my peers, so to speak. Right. So my piece was representation of performance art, specifically street performance. They had a piece from a girl that's in Cirque du Soleil. She had built, one of her own costumes for something, similar to Cirque, but nonetheless, it was just... As much as I was selected because, apparently I have empowered other people, seeing what my stuff next to all of these amazing, historical figures, it was validating for me. Yeah, like I finally feel like I have not snuck into the cool kids club. Like
you know?
I am a performance artist. I'm self-taught. This is it's valid, and this is mine, and I don't have to qualify it or anything. Like now, so it was, I don't know, it was a wonderful thing to be selected because I empowered people, but to have that empower me so much more in return. Like it did. I had goosebumps all day. It was one of the most amazing things. So I've just recently gotten my costume back. Photographers, I do want to do some updated photo shoots with it. But it is an incredible piece. It's so much fun. It is absolutely every single color. I am this giant bouncing beautiful rainbow girl, and it turns out you can pretty much say and do anything you want to people as long as you're dressed as a giant rainbow. Because I have said some things to people. I mean, like, they might have been like a little snarky with me, so I'm able to. But the response I'm able to give is just like everybody's just like, oh, that's great.
First change is no robbery.
That's what that was. And I mean, I sort of felt a little Hall of Fame-ish, but it was just the fact that I have been recognized for actually leaving a real artistic impact in the world. And it's not often for artists to really see that, to actually see any kind of or receive any kind of feedback about any real impact we have made.
Usually it's rather when you're really old or when you're dead.
So to have this, after being just involved in performance art for maybe the last, like really full-time, the last probably 7 years of my life, because I've only been in Vegas for 10 years and I didn't do anything before I moved here. Like I was a farm girl. I'm very proud of myself. Really, really am.
And what year, if you don't mind, what year were you born in?
82.
82?
6/26/82.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess that leads to two questions, but I'll go with the first one first. What made you get into what you became today? It was a sort of organic experience in the sense, like I didn't move out to Las Vegas to become a performance artist. I moved because I needed a change. I lived in this one area for pretty much my whole life, from like 4 years old or so. I grew up in upstate New York and lived in, various areas. The rest of my family had moved away, and I thought that I was on a mission. I was going to college. I had my degree in training animals, specifically dogs and horses, and that's all I ever thought I was going to do. Right. But the area just didn't let me advance. I couldn't get anywhere, even with my education and my work ethic and everything. And like as much as America likes to try to instill in you, as long as you work hard, you can do it. I worked really hard, and people just that wasn't going anywhere for me. So I, not really on a whim, but I had somebody suggest to me right after I had lost a job that maybe I should think about moving to Las Vegas because that's where they lived and they were visiting me. And I was like, 2 weeks later, I had a little tiny U-Haul behind my little car, my dogs, and a friend of mine who helped me drive out here, and I just did it. Within the first year and a half of living out here, though, I got a gig. I think it was my very first one was Electric Daisy Carnival, again, many years ago. And it was just roller skater. Oh, that's right. And I had lost, somebody had like let me go from a grooming job around here. Her business was very small. It was hard, it was for financial reasons, and so I was like, I mean, dog grooming is something I can always find work in, even if I just groom out of my house, kind of thing. So
make it mobile.
Yeah. So I, what I mean, that's an investment that I didn't necessarily, but I backed away. I was like, backed away from that. But I had this one gig, and I said to myself, I'm like, all right, let me do this one thing, and like metaphorically, almost physically, like I had kind of my my little briefcase with my regular resumes sitting, near the door, and I kept thinking, just after this one gig, I'm gonna take my resumes out and go get a job. That was almost 8 years ago now, and the briefcase is still sitting there. I love it. I have never been happier and feel more suited to anything I've ever done in my life, to when like you put me on stilts and put me in a room full of people, and I will absolutely, we are going to have a party. We're going to do this. I'm going to make you smile. I will take pictures of people. I will play with everyone. I love it. I love dancing. I love that this is now what I get to do. It's a dream come true.
It's always the best career to have.
Absolutely.
It's always the best profession.
Amen.
And so, yeah.
Like I was just talking to my mom about that because she's an artist as well, and she designs, she tailors this and like other stuff.
Yeah.
And she's always like, and her husband, they both do what they love to do. She deals with art, she deals with that.
Yeah.
He deals with video stuff, and he deals with music as well on the business end as far as promotion. And they like, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
And you know, I mean, like honestly, I especially like working with Franks and Teens, we treat it like a job. Like we are, you know, like we approach it, but we do, yes, you know, like the enjoyment that I have at the end of the day, no matter how sore and tired and whatever, it's wonderful, you know. And I'm so happy that I found that, because some people will never find that. But when I speak to people, or if I hear people, when we're on tour, some women will come up to me and they're like, I wish I could do what you do. I'm like, you can.
You can.
And I won't even hesitate. I'm like, you can.
Even if
it
it's just for the weekends.
And these girls are like, well, I don't look like you. I go, I don't care.
Do it anyway.
You can do whatever you want. Well, what if I said, don't let any go? If you want to do it,
do it. Right.
You know, and so I'm sure I sound a little aggressive to them, but I'm just like, no, go and do it. Like, I wish I had somebody kind of, you know, almost, yell at me.
I've had those same conversations with many people, herself included.
Exactly.
And she's actually starting to take some of the advice, which I'm very proud of.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so if you're definitely everyone, go out and do it. Like, if there's anything that you want to try, if there's something, you know, if you like singing karaoke and you think that you want to sing with a band, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Trust me, there's a band out there looking for a singer. Just go out and do it. If you want to dance, if you want to do burlesque, go out and do it. There's burlesque things all over, everywhere. And if there isn't one, make yourself a troupe. Do it.
There you go. So, I will take one last quick question, then we're going to wrap it all up. That way we can give you all the shine into promotion that you need to do. Because, of course, pretty girls need promotion.
Shameless self-promotion at all times.
Pretty girls need to be promoted as well.
So, right, when you had your thing out there, being a woman, obviously, with these big peers as a woman and doing all that beautiful stuff, how did that make you feel as far as being empowered as yourself, in the kind of art and the way you present yourself as a performer?
So yeah, especially
because the only reason I ask is because some people may look at it from one perspective and say, well, why would they think that because she does this? Because I know some of that stigma is there in certain
absolutely
cases.
Well, I mean, depending on what it is that I do, let's say, you know, just the area of burlesque, like I love that I'm able to many people that come to our shows, they don't know they're coming to a burlesque show. They're just, you know, they're going to their bar, you know, local bar, and there's live music.
Right.
But it's how you deliver it. Like I am happy with myself. I'm confident. And it's I'm playing with everyone. Like I try to make it just that, like an immersive experience that everyone can enjoy. But at the same time, not everybody enjoys it. And if they don't, that's, you know what? I mean, you cannot make everybody else happy.
No, you can't.
And the thing is, too, the most important thing is to not let it, not take it personally. Because if I take it personally, it's going to affect how I present myself in the future. And so I have, you know, again, especially having my costume be, you know, displayed in such a beautiful way and being acknowledged, you know, for that, it just reaffirmed that, you know, I'm not being egotistical. I am being confident, and I am doing. Yeah, exactly. You know, to a balanced, you know, point. And so, yeah, I try to make sure that I don't let anybody, talk me into, you know, not being confident with what I'm doing. Now, I have fallen off a fucking stage before, and like that, you know, don't get me wrong, I wanted to crawl underneath it, like it's not that like, I danced the rest of the year, I was bad dancer the whole time, bad.
Just like, you girl.
I was just like, just mad at myself, but but at the same, I mean, you know, so like that's something where, you know, like that's. My ego better have taken a little bit of a hit for that. You know, if I walk away from that going, that was great.
You probably deserved it. You probably were overconfident anyway.
Well,
I
thought the stage wasn't as tall as it was. I forget how little short my legs are. Okay. And I was like at the edge of the stage, and I thought I could thought it was just right there. Well, it was more like just down there. And the Great American Music Hall in I think it's in San Diego. Yeah, I went down. We were like maybe the first song in.
Ooh.
Oh, it was great because I went to step down and go play with the crowd. And you know what? Like people, I think they all thought I was drunk. I hadn't even had a drink, and I tried to drunken master, like roll it off and stuff.
Didn't quite work out.
So yeah, I mean, you know, there's ups and downs with that, but I certainly don't let you know, so I don't take people's opinions personally, and that helps me be a better performance artist, because don't get me wrong, I take in their reactions, but I don't take it personally, and that I think is an important lesson for anybody that's going to stand in front of other people and do anything, whether
Do
it's
what you
speaking,
do.
singing, music,
You know, last
dance.
night I hit my mouth on the microphone singing. I was
I've
kind
done
of
that
embarrassed.
I've done
Exactly.
that many times.
Oh, and that's-
I've done
and
that
so-
many times.
Yeah.
It shocked myself a couple of times.
And the thing is,
I
exactly,
was like,
is to just
ugh,
not
but
take
kept
it, you know,
singing.
yeah, and even if you do something, you know, stupid for yourself, to not take it personally, you know, to just take it as it was. Like, it's an action, it's a thing, and to be able to go on. So, yeah, I think just, I don't know, being confident, but not being cocky.
Right. That's the balance.
That's the balance, yeah.
Right, because you got to be, you know, just self-assured and all that, but not like nothing else is better than me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I am God. I'm the one.
And you know, and then again, like receiving other people's reactions, but not taking their opinions personally.
Right.
That is a very, very important thing that I've learned, and it's helped me, like I said, become better at what I do.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap this up. So, of course, the floor is yours. So please tell everyone where they can see you and how they can get a hold of you.
Right now, let's see our upcoming shows here in Las Vegas. We have a show at Vamped on the 9th. That's just a couple days away. We start at 9 p.m. We are playing with, who else are we playing with that night? I forgot. I'll have to look at the flyer. But it's on our website. If you go to franksanddeans.com or on Facebook at Franks and Deans, it's a little and symbol in between there. We are on Instagram as well, but we've got, we'll be at Vamped. We will be at the Mint on Saturday at the 11th.
You play at the Mint as well.
Yeah, that's going to be our first time there. We have our monthly show, the first Wednesday of every single month. That's Double Down Saloon in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yep.
Catch Franks and Dean's Meaty Roast. Yay!
Yep.
It's kind of like this, but free hot dogs. Tits.
I like the tits part, but you know,
it's great.
But that's
Dude,
me though.
Hey,
that's
and
just
you
me.
And you get a snack while you're at it. But
I
yeah,
like to snack on the tits, but that's a whole nother story.
But
Sorry.
yes, all of our dates can be found on our website. We have again franksanddeans.com, as well as our new web store has just opened, so you can have fantastic merchandise mailed right to your door. Some of it's got my pretty face on it, so you know you want it. But yeah, there's lots of good stuff coming from the Franks and Deans camp. So
Okay. Well,
stay tuned, kids.
Well, it is always a pleasure from a snarky person to another. All right. To have.
Thank you guys so much for having me here today.
No,
this is super fun.
No, this was a great situation, right? Because you know we've had a good time. Met her at Double Down. Had a very good conversation. She was snarky, and I was very polite and yet snarky back. And then, of course, then she dipped, and I was like, "Oh, where'd she go?" Right? And then yeah, she was just like, "Okay, deuces," and I was just like,
you have to leave there like that often though.
I was
if you
just
try
like,
to do the whole goodbyes, you'll never.
I was like, I'm having a conversation with a pretty girl. I thought I was doing okay, and all of a sudden,
oh, you're doing great.
It was like puff of smoke. I was just like, well, you know, that's how it goes, baby.
Oh no,
Keeps them begging for more, you know.
Yeah, that place, like, it's just, you know, you're either there or you're like, and I just unplug and I go. I have to go, because if you don't go, that bar never closes, and I will never
No,
leave.
it doesn't. I have actually
will
hung out
never
there.
leave.
I've actually been out there with Wicked from like 5 to 6 in the morning sometimes, talking music ideas we always talk about, but you know that's a whole nother thing.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, thank you for taking the time out to see us.
Thank you guys again for having me on. This was
This was a pleasure. It's a nice thing to have you up there with the pretty blue eyes and bright smile, hanging out there. Thank you, of course, you lovely lady here. We got one more segment, of course, when we get to our subject of the week. And stay tuned. Hang out for more. This is Musician Loves Honey. We will be right back right here on social media shows, y'all. Stay tuned. We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the U.S. are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now.
social media shows
It's about
branding, opportunity,
and outreach
we are an entertainment company that empowers others.
by promoting and supporting our community.
And everyone who reaches our content.
here on social media shows.
Here we're a family.
We are family.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, sing.
We are family.
We are family. We are family.
We are family.
We are family.
We are family, and we want you.
Listen, check it. Try to feel a bridge, instead I burned it down. Oh, I tried to lift him up, but found me beaten down to the ground.
This is Musician Loves Honey on social media shows. This is your boy Kevon Tyrre. Of course, this is my lovely guest host, the lovely Miss Teresa.
Good evening, everyone.
See, look at that right there. See that kind of stuff. Good evening, everyone. Right. Okay.
Sorry.
It's all good. I'm not messing with you, baby. That's all right. So now with our last step, we're moving into our theme of the week, and this is, when is personal choice a negative thing? Now, what is she was saying, you were saying that a personal choice is not a negative
It's
thing.
never negative. A personal choice is never negative.
All right. Now, one can say that.
Okay.
Now, this is the example I have. Let's say you're a smoker, right?
Yeah.
Right. That is your personal choice.
That's a negative personal choice.
And now you just caught the example I'm talking about.
Okay, I got
Now you get the example. Right. and ergo, that's what I'm trying to say. So you have people that can say, and a lot of people have said, right? Even people in this place, they're like, if I choose to do something that's destructive in some form or fashion.
Right.
Right. Because a lot of people will say that. They will say that is my personal choice.
Okay, now I get it. See, well, I'm thinking positive thoughts.
But you're
talking about bad habits.
It's still a personal choice, though.
But it's more of a bad habit.
But see, the reframing of it doesn't change what it is.
See, when you say personal choice to me,
Okay.
I always think positive when someone says personal choice. See, when smoking would be a bad habit, that's not a personal choice.
It is a personal choice, and you know that. You do know that.
You just want to see it your way.
No, it's not about my way. It's what you're doing is rephrasing.
You're trying to reprogram my thinking.
No. I'm not trying to reprogram your
definition
thinking
of personal choice.
But you're trying to say that it should be seen this way. So I could say that you're trying to reprogram my thinking by thinking it this way. Now, my point is strictly this. One, what I'm talking about has some merit because you just said it to that point, right? Because someone said they smoke or whatever, or something of those examples.
But that's just a negative. That's a bad habit.
But again, the rephrasing of it, because it give it a better light,
right,
is what you want to do, because then it's more, it's easier to swallow.
It's way more, that
you dig what I'm saying?
The way that you put it makes me want to quit it. You know what I'm saying? To tell me that my smoking is a personal choice, it makes me want to quit.
But again, it's like saying, okay, let's put it this way. And I'm going to use something that's I'm not going to get into this subject, but I want to use it as an example. Some people will say that abortion is murder. Some people will say that abortion is a choice.
It's a personal choice.
Which one is it?
Abortion would be.
Now, I'm not trying to get into it, so I just want to use it as the example. Now, the point that I'm trying to make is it deals with the point of view of the individual. It doesn't mean that one side or the other isn't correct, but what we're trying to say is that they both have their merit in how it's being said. Now, to go to your point, I understand why you're because you say it's a bad habit because
Yes,
in
that's
your
a bad
case,
habit.
because if you say it's a bad personal choice, then it's something that is it's like stepping on like the church would say stepping on toes, right? At the church, what people would say, "Am I stepping on toes right now with this doctrine right here? I'm preaching to you. Be sanctified." That kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is something. But it doesn't mean it's not inaccurate.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's so strongly said when you tell someone that a bad habit is a personal choice. That is so deep within, a personal choice is very deep within you. A bad habit is not. You can get rid of a bad habit easily.
That's not true.
You can't
That
tell
is
someone
not.
that's a personal
That
choice.
is
It's
not true.
very
And
deep.
or I'll say that is not true for everyone. Point in case. Let's use let's say Robert Downey Jr. Right? Robert.
Yes.
He's an actor.
Mhm.
He's done the Iron Man movies.
Uh-huh.
He's very rich now. He's
Yes.
worth $1 billion.
Right.
But everyone knows, or people who don't know about that, he
His
had
past.
right
Mhm.
a lot of drug issues, a lot of stuff going on. Now he was lucky enough because he found at the right time of his life with the right person
Right.
to help him become better.
Right.
Right? Now, you could say it was a bad habit. You can say that, but I say it was a personal choice that he did not know how to get out of.
I feel for him, it may have been a personal choice for him to use drugs in his past,
Right.
but the reason why he made that personal choice is because of the family background that he has. His father's an actor. His
Right, and he
father's
had a lot of drug issues in his
Right.
past and with his family.
Right.
That's correct.
So, he himself, in order to not be perfect, this is what I'm getting, because I love me some Robert Downey Jr.
Well, I love him as well.
But for him to be the man that he is today,
He had to have those
to go
experiences.
through that.
Of course, and I agree with that.
And he made that choice to go through that
Of-
to make him a better man that he is today.
Well, I would argue that he had no control of himself in the moment
Right.
and in the years subsequent to that, because anyone who has a problem, bad habit, personal choice, whatever, however you want to phrase it,
Right.
there's something within you that needs that or feels it needs that to cope with whatever you're dealing with
Right.
in your life.
Right.
Some people, like Downey, have a part of their life or people that come in it to help them become better people.
Right.
So that personal choice can evolve into something positive.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But there's other people who don't have that or don't know how to do that, or strictly speaking, in certain instances, will not get out of their own way. Just won't do it. So for some, they'll just say, look, like I'm drinking soda right now, right? Now I drink juice, I drink water more now. Yeah, I'm a tea person, as you know. I love tea. And I don't mind drinking soda, but there's some people that'll drink soda all the time.
Yeah.
And you could tell them all day long that it will kill you if you drink only soda all the time. And you have everything going on. You have this, you have that, you have all this stuff to back it up. You try to help them, you try to push them. They won't do it. You say someone, I knew someone who was a crack smoker. Right, but again, told him forever. He preached personal choice. But my point goes back to this. For someone who does that for themselves as individually, you can argue that if they're in a vacuum and it's just them. But since we live around people and we influence other people,
Right.
that
Especially
could
our children, we influence our
yes,
children
because
a lot.
they influenced by not what we say, but more so by what we do.
Right.
Because they pick up on our characteristics, they pick up on that stuff,
Mhm.
rather innate or just by growing up with us.
Right.
You could have that person and go, very possibly go, well, he's cool, he's doing it, he's okay. Then I think it's got to be okay for me too. And other people may think that. And now you have this epidemic of that outside of, that's just another facet of that example. Obviously, the other examples that go into that. But that's just one example of personal choice being a negative thing. Because now you're influencing other people down a bad road that for yourself is not positive You just choose to not see it that way.
Okay, well, I get it. I get it now, Kevon.
Oh, here we go.
Now I get it.
See, that's how you feel? That's how you feel about it? Okay. All right. Well, anyway. All right, so we are just about out of time, right? So, all right. So, before we go any further, I know you have a book that you have.
I do. I have a book on Amazon. It is called A Quick Guide to Sex and Relationship Etiquette. Etiquette
Really?
being the key word.
Etiquette.
Etiquette. It is full of aphrodisiacs and positions,
Uh-huh.
but etiquette as well.
Are you sure you're that flexible?
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay, well. All right, so the proof is somewhat in the pudding then.
And you can also just in the window in the window in Amazon, put in Teresa Mays and the book will come right up if you can't remember the name.
Okay, so tell them the name of the book again, please.
A Quick Guide to Relationship and Sex Etiquette by Teresa Mays. That's Mays. Teresa, no H.
Teresa, no H. Yes, because that threw me off too. All right, but it's all good. Right now, and of course, you can catch me. I will be at the Cabo Lounge inside the Fiesta Rancho Hotel Casino.
Yes.
That is 2400 North Rancho. I'll be there this Friday and Saturday, which is the 10th and the 11th, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you very much for correcting me. We'll be there from 8:30 to 12:30. And of course, if you are in town and you love Purple Rain, you love Prince and the Time, I will be performing at the Tropicana in Las Vegas right here tonight, starting at 9:30. Here at the Trop in Purple Rain as Mr. Morris E. Day. Yes. You know, doing all that stuff. Obviously, I will look more like him because, you know, I don't have hair. But, you know, that's how it is.
Look the same, like the same person. I didn't even know that was you when I was looking. I was like, I asked Liza, I was like, where was Kevon? I'm waiting for Kevon to come out. And she said he was out there. I said, where? She said, he was Morris. I said,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you mean, granted, you know, hair changes the look of a lot of people. So, you know. It's not my fault, you know, God made it that way, but it's all good. So, yeah, anyway, so before we do that, let me give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors here. Of course, I got to give a shout out to Whalers Creation, B. Patina Fashion, Gregarious Joy, 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. Shout out to DJ Bad Girl. She had a very interesting comment she had on Instagram. I never responded, and you know why, but I love you none the same, girl. I appreciate that. All right, Mr. Bruce Garrett, the Commander, who is also on Takeover Vegas. That's my phone. Don't worry about that. Of course, Steve Byer Productions, who is lovely enough to set me up with all these lovely gigs and shows. The Iron Monk Tattoo Society, VIP Vacations, Gigi Chic Credit and Financial Counseling, and What Fashion Boutique. That is definitely for the urban people out there. Go ahead, hit them up. I'd definitely be checking out their shirts and their hats, their beautiful situation. The Suncoast Casino, which I do every month, was absolute. Boyd Gaming, Dark Seed Entertainment. Shout out to Mr. Timothy Dark. Go ahead and get yourself the Last Days of Dark merch on his stuff. Of course, Revolution Radio 2, and you will catch this show and other shows of social media shows on them every Sunday morning starting at 6 a.m. And, of course, my site, KevonTyrre.com. So, any other love you want to throw out there before we get out of here, pretty person?
I can't think of anything right now, you know.
No? Got nothing going on?
Maybe next time.
All right. So, I'm going to say one last thing, and then we are going to bounce out of here, which means anywhere in the world that you are at, we do this at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which means if you're in New York, you're going to catch us live at 6 p.m. East Coast. If you are in Hawaii, you're going to catch us at noon. All right, so if you want to catch us live right here on Facebook, make sure whatever that time zone is fits where you are in that thing that we catch us right here at that time. Hit us a like and a subscribe. But if you don't catch it, don't fear, don't fret, don't trip. We got you. Because you can catch us right here on YouTube under social media shows. And I'm going to ask for some love from the director here. That way I get all the things right. Okay, can you do that, director lady?
What's that?
All right, I just needed to yell out when I go on YouTube which ones are on. Come on, you ain't gonna do that? You're not gonna do that for me? I'm gonna grab you if you don't.
Okay.
All right, there you go. So you catch us on YouTube on.
Social media shows.
And you can catch, make sure, yeah, she's gonna get her thing. Oh, she's getting the mic now, so make sure she can really be heard. All right, so you can catch us on YouTube. Are you fixing your camera, your mic on? Make sure it works.
Yep.
Yes, she is. Yep. See, I said I gotta grab her because she don't like getting picked up. If she knew I would too. She knew I would.
She's so tiny.
Well, you know, hey, tiny knows tiny, right? Tiny knows tiny, baby.
All right, ready.
All right, she's all set. So you can catch us under YouTube. Thank
Hold
you,
on.
Heather.
Hold on.
See, look what you do.
I didn't mean to do that. Okay,
See?
go ahead.
Whenever I ever multitask, then she has problems. All right, so you can catch us on YouTube under.
Social media shows.
And you can catch us under LinkedIn under.
Social media live shows.
You can catch us on Instagram under.
Social media live shows.
You can catch us on Twitter under.
Social media shows.
And of course, you can catch us right here on Facebook as Social Media Shows. And of course, socialmediashows.com. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. We've had a great time. Thank you to our lovely guest, Miss Nickole Muse, who spent her time and her loveliness talking about all the great stuff she's on. Please check her out, because she will have her and Franks and Dean's in a crazy city near you. And of course, thank you for my lovely friend for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, you know,
Thank
us
you.
bald heads got to stick together,
Yeah,
girl.
we're
You know
gonna
how it
stick
is.
together. We almost just did a few seconds ago.
Oh, see. That's all right, girl. We just call it friction. It's all right. It's all good in friction, baby. All right, so this is your boy Kevon Tyrre for the love of Teresa Mays and Musician Loves Honey Social Media Shows. Thank you guys for spending your time with us. We will be back next week with more. God bless. Thank you, man.
You join the show, baby?
Yes, I do. I guess you like this honey, huh?
That's some good honey, baby. That's not the honey I want. I want this honey. Oh, yeah, baby. See, bet you can't compete with this, huh? That smells so sweet, baby. Oh, can you feel that? Oh, that's so good, girl. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's the stuff.